Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Audi Goes International, and today we are going to be getting to Formula One explained by an idiot. Listen, I'm new to Formula One. This channel is going to be about international things, like mainly the first two we're going to start with is Formula One and cricket. Okay, but in this video, like I said, we're going to get into Formula One explained by an idiot. If you have any type of racing videos that explains what Formula One is, even IndyCar, even NASCAR, please write down in the comment section down below. But thank you for your time, man. Let's go and get straight into the video, bro. I don't want to waste too much time. I'm excited. This is a whole new thing I'm doing on this channel. And so let's get straight into it, baby. Let's do it. The pinnacle of motorsports.
So many years now, and I, a very, very intellectual F1 fan,
am
going to attempt to explain it. Except I'm not exactly very intellectual. Now, Formula One, with all of its glamour, beauty, speed, adrenaline, and engineering, is essentially 20 rich guys driving in circles. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
Nothing, just an incident.
Now, of course, Formula One isn't just 20 millionaires driving in circles, but the circles are on crack, although, not gonna lie, it's kinda accurate. But you know, Formula One is...
Yeah, bro, like, before I got into Formula One, and like, I don't mean to pause it too much, I just like to give my little, my little expression. I like to express my emotion. But my emotion right now is I'm happy, but I've looked at like courses before, like Formula One, or like there's another game that I used to play. I think it's like F1. I think it was like F1 24, I believe, or something like it was a racing game. And like, the maps, they don't always go in a circle. Like they be having like little loops, stuff like that.
So much more than that.
And I find that so cool.
Deep down the rabbit hole.
I find that so cool.
Obviously, some of you are probably watching this because you want to try to get into Formula One, which is relatively pretty easy, as you can probably tell. But if you're already a diehard fan, okay, I kind of don't know why the hell you're still watching this video, but hey, this video is gonna be one hell of a journey. So grab your popcorn, clear your tears away if you're a Ferrari fan, grab your Red Bull or your Monster Energy, and this is gonna be Formula One explained by an idiot.
Formula One explained by an idiot. Let's get into it, man. I'm excited, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm so excited to learn. I love learning new things, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it, bro. How do they make pit stops so fast, though? Like, bro, I remember, like, okay, I've seen a couple races. Don't get it twisted. But I don't know anything that I've seen. Like, I'm not sure with the information, what I was like. All I seen was people driving. That's all I know. They was driving around, trying to see who come in first place. But it's deeper than that. And like I seen them going to the pit stop, I believe it's called pit stop. And bro, it's so quick. Like, it's so quick, bro. Like they take the wheels off so fast, they be replacing, they be screwing this in. Like, it's so cool though. Like, basics.
Alright, so starting off with the basic stuff, F1 is a sport where 10 teams with 2 drivers each race for points that tally up to a Drivers' World Championship, which is equivalent to like the Piston Cup. The F1 season starts in late February and ends in November. December to February is essentially the season break where there's no in late February.
We got Saudi Arabia, Australia, Japan, China, Miami. Well, that's America. Emilia Romagna, Monaco, Canada, Spain, Austria, United Kingdom, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Azerbaijan. I don't know if that J is. I don't know if it's what you know how they got like Jesus and Jesus, like what is it? I don't know if it's what's the name of it? I don't know if you say the J or is it pronounced something else. Singapore, USA again, Mexico, Brazil, America again, Qatar, Abu Dhabi.
And ends in November. December to February is essentially the season break where there's no F1, aka the time where I lose my sanity and curl up into a ball and start crying. But it's also the time where some spicy F1 news gets released. In work terms, it's like hearing your favorite manager got fired or a coworker moved to the rival's business. So there are 24 different races this year, and in each race, drivers essentially score points, and the one with the most points
still the same, or like has anything changed?
To drivers who finish within the top
in
10,
2025,
essentially saying skill issue to the other 10 drivers on the grid.
Once again, most unsportive driver of the grid.
My balls, mate.
But aside from that, these points also tally up to a Constructors' Championship, which is the combined points of the 2 drivers in a team. The team with the most points from both drivers takes the Constructors' Championship.
Mercedes done won 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row.
And the higher the team places, the more money that they get. Now, every single team in F1 has 2 drivers. There's no way around that. You can't have 3, probably just a reserve driver, which is essentially somebody to back up the other 2 drivers in case somebody gets sick. So every team has to have 2 drivers, except for Aston Martin, because Lance Stroll is incapable of being a good driver.
You can't lift it. No. Hammond, you idiot, man. How can you be so useless, man?
Now, each team before the season starts develops a car that
How
follows
much
the
do they
regulations
like?
set by the FIA.
How much does all this
the
cost?
FIA is, it stands for forever an insufferable pain in the ass.
Oh.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
So the FIA basically makes these regulations that all teams have to follow to make their cars, and each team has to try to develop the fastest car that all
rear wing, rear brake duct, spoke pan, floor is side pod and capture zone, floor body, floor fences, front brake duct, nose and a front wing.
teams have to follow to make their cars, and each team has to try to develop the fastest car which will help their drivers win points. Now, the development of the car also involves engines. So far, there are 4 engine manufacturers in F1, which are Mercedes, Ferrari, Honda, and Renault. Teams will have to choose an engine to work with, and they have to create
Mercedes done won 7 times in a row, so
car on the grid, because if they don't,
they gotta have the
something like
fastest
this
cars. Well, Formula 1 cars right now. Oh.
Alright guys, so ready up for me to nerd out. I'm straight up gonna look like this, and this time I'm gonna be speedrunning some F1 terms
DRS,
you
no
need to know.
DRS.
Pretty much the ones you need to know to understand everything that I'm gonna say. Because if I don't include this part, I'll actually just sound like a professional yapper throughout the video. Okay, so here we go. Pole position. It's basically where a driver qualifies
And listen,
for the fastest.
if I start pausing too much, listen, I already done paused, all right? If I start pausing too much, listen, I'm really trying to get an understanding of Formula 1 because I want to start, like, getting into it more. Maybe meeting some of the, the drivers, IRL. Who knows, bro? Who knows where this could lead? So, but that's the vision and the dream. I'm saying, so we're gonna chase that dream,
time and starts first.
I don't know anybody
Charles
so
Leclerc
far.
Is very familiar with that, but is incapable of winning from that position. Next is a podium. No, it's not the thing that Joe Biden stands on when he's trying to deliver a speech. Big emphasis on the word trying.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him
Instead, a podium in F1 is where a driver
Got
finishes
to buy
within the top 3, essentially second or third, as they get to stand on a podium after a race and potentially break another person's trophy. Another term is back markers. The teams or drivers that are all the way back of the competition. They're just there, all the way back there, which is something that Nikita Mazepin is very familiar with. Moving on, we have P1, P2, and P3. The P is for position, and the number after that is, well, it's kind of obvious. If you do not understand that, I swear to God, there is no hope for you to understand Formula 1. Pit stops are where drivers change their tires and you start to hear flies in your ears.
I was just talking, like, how is this so fast, bro?
And
like,
finally,
1 second.
DRS, which makes your car go faster as its rear wing opens, which allows for less drag. And it can only be active in the DRS zones of a racetrack. If you don't know what it stands for once again, then this video will certainly help you out.
And then they start catching up, he'll be grateful.
You know what DRS stands for, Noah?
You're putting a good distance.
Suck my dick.
Alright, so now we have the race weekends. It's essentially the schedule of an F1 race, which takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday,
is
and Sunday,
free
okay.
practice where drivers familiarize themselves with the track. Saturday is qualifying, which determines where you place on the grid. And Sunday is the race day. But not gonna lie, I'm kind of not really satisfied with that explanation. A more accurate way to put the race weekend is essentially Friday, everybody is delusional. Saturday, Ferrari fans are extremely happy. And on Sunday, Red Bull fans are extremely happy as we hear the Dutch national anthem for the 23rd time in a year.
Oh, it's textbook stuff, Max.
No, come on, stop this shit.
Tires, pit stops, and strategy.
Okay, so what happens once the race goes on? What happens after it's lights out and
Yeah, because it
away
got to be
we
some
go?
type of
Well,
strategy
believe it or
going
not,
on.
It's not just cars going in circles over and over.
Yeah.
Although most of it is pretty much that. But no, there's something called tire wear, which I'm going to explain as clearly as possible in bedroom terms. There's the hard tires, which last the longest. There's the soft tires, which finishes the fastest. Medium tires are kind of the in-between. Wet tires is used when the track gets spicy and slippery. And the final tire compound is intermediate. intermediates, which are used when the track is somewhat wet, which is about 1 to 3 milliliters damp, whereas for wets, it's ideal for when the track is really wet, like something around 4 milliliters damp and above. I just sounded like the biggest nerd in history.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie.
Pardon my F1 addiction, guys. It's actually incurable. Like, I would be watching F1 while doing literally anything, to the point where I would run out of content to watch and start watching videos of a monkey putting out the fastest lap in a race.
Is that GTA music?
Anyways, we have pit stops. So this is where the teams switch out their tires in a race. Teams are required to pit at least once and change to a different tire compound. So once again, in bedroom terms, when you're hard and she's wet, you probably don't.
What are we talking about here? Wait a minute, brother. What are we talking about here, huh?
Different tire compound. So once again, in bedroom terms, when you're hard and she's wet, you probably don't last as long as a pit stop, which is like sub 3 seconds. I have no idea if you guys understood that. But just as a rundown of what it's like when F1 teams pit, Red Bull's pit stops usually go like this.
They gotta be extremely fast, cause yeah, like.
While Ferrari's pit stops are pretty much this.
Look, they're not even there. There's not a single intermediate tyre in sight.
They came in, whether that was
Oh man. Okay, so Ferrari is slow, I'm seeing.
Different tires can be used. For example, there could be races that require drivers to have 2 pit stops because their tires don't last as long, or some people would go on a one-stop strategy and risk it all. Strategies can change depending on the situation, but essentially the teams opt for the most optimal tire combo, except for Ferrari.
He's tried everything.
Box, Carlos, box. Oh. Confirmed.
Oh, why were they telling him to pit?
Teams and drivers.
Now, with all of the info on Formula 1, which you guys just had thrown into your faces like Logan Sargent whenever he sees a barrier, you're probably wondering, which team should I support? And well, that's an amazing question, because me being, you know, a very intelligent Formula 1 fan, I'm going to give you guys the most accurate guide on F1 teams and drivers.
I ain't gonna lie, I know Mercedes and Red Bull up there.
More accurate information
I know that for a fact.
than this video.
It's a Ferrari. It's a shit
Ferrari. So this team has pretty much had depressed drivers and fans since 2007. They do completely abysmal team strategies that make you think that you're high on crack, and has completely destroyed their past legacy of being the strongest team in Formula 1. Their driver Charles Leclerc has probably spent $1 million on his therapist after the tragedy, also called the 2022 season, and he's probably going to spend more after his contract extension. Now, if you don't know how this contract stuff works, basically these drivers are like employees and can get replaced or kept when their contract expires. Like the other driver, Carlos Sainz, who is going to be replaced by Lewis Hamilton in 2025.
Hey guys,
Those are Ferrari.
is it hammer time yet? Copy, we are checking.
Change your car. You've got a problem. Change your
Red Bull.
f***ing car.
Next up is Red Bull. Their theme song is pretty much the Dutch national anthem, or... Some of their fans started supporting them probably because they're Dutch, or their team has been losing too much to the point where supporting Red Bull is their only way of coping.
Yeah, because I'm about to say Red Bull gotta be
literal F-35 fighter jet as their Formula 1 car, since their chief technical officer has an entire research facility built into his head. As for their drivers, their main driver has daddy issues, and their second driver forgot how to drive in 2023.
I've crashed it. I've crashed it almost immediately.
Obviously. Mercedes.
As for Mercedes, their team principal has a deep hatred for headsets, and they used to dominate a couple years ago, but now they completely forgot how to build a car. Now, Mercedes fans are some of the funniest people out there, but also some of the most ungodly annoying fans in the world. Particularly Team LH, aka Lewis Hamilton Glazers, still talking about him being 8-time world champion, which I do understand if you find the 2021 season controversial, but these guys are literally putting 8-time world champion literally everywhere. Like, I would see comments saying that Lewis is 8-time world champion in a YouTube video analyzing the Cars movie. Now, of course, I'm not going to target all of you Mercedes fans out there. There's some of you guys who are, you know, actually normal. But to all of the Team LH fans out there, instead of yapping about how the FIA is racist, instead use that energy to pray that Lewis has a good therapist, since he's going to Ferrari in 2025. Also, Mercedes' other driver, George Russell, has
What, he won 8 times though? Like, I know I ain't paused it at the, you know, when they was talking about it, because I wanted to hear more, but 8 times? Lewis Hamilton. We might have to react to him. I ain't gonna lie to you. We might have to react to him. Because and also if you made it this far, man, if you have any more recommendations, like when it comes down to F1, like any I was about to say players, I ain't gonna lie to you, but drivers, if you have any recommendation when it comes down to drivers, let me know. Or like a compilation of overtakes. I know what overtakes are. You thought I ain't know what that was? Yeah, I know what overtakes are. So listen, if you have any type of compilation, any type of recommendation, drop it down in the comment section and trust me, I'll get to it.
He just fully turned into me.
McLaren. You know, I love McLaren, like sport cars, supercars. Love it. I love McLaren, bro.
McLaren is basically the papaya team. They're orange and a team with a really rich history and a strong one as well, as long as we decide to ignore their, McLaren-Honda partnership. Overall, they're a strong powerhouse in F1 along with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. As for their drivers, Lando Norris can't finish P1 probably until he's like 73 years old and is mentally incapable of saying anything normal in an interview.
Man's had a good moustache.
What?
I'm not able to grow.
While Oscar Piastri is really talented and so happy that he literally looks like this.
Alpine?
Now Alpine is what I call the schizophrenic team. Like literally these guys are fighting absolutely no one other than their own imaginations. They're just a team that's just there.
So basically they call them delusional.
But if you like a car that's pink, like one of my friends who doesn't know jack about F1, then sure, you can definitely support them. Now what about their drivers? How good are they? Well, all you need to know about them is that they're both French.
What I mean?
Okay, on to the next team.
It's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt for the end of the lap.
For Williams, money ruined their capability to keep up in recent times. They've had a rich history like the other big powerhouses.
He must be saving his favorite team for last. Gotta be, bro. Because, brother, I'm not hearing a single good thing. Like, I'm confused. Like, brother, who should I support?
Williams used to be a backmarker team.
You gotta be saving this team, bro, for like
has been slow but strong. I could say the same for my academics. Actually, never mind. Not really. I've actually been doing awful. I'm just deluding myself. Anyways, as for their drivers, Logan Sargent and Alex Albon, one of them doesn't know what a kilometer is, and the other one is very nice. That was honestly the best summary I could come up for these two. I'm gonna kill myself.
Aston Martin. I love Aston Martin cars.
Aston Martin showed huge promise at the start of the 2023 season
until
they scrambled like maniacs not knowing how to develop their car. Also, yeah guys, throughout the season, teams in F1 can introduce upgrades to their car as long as they don't reach the cost cap, which is a limit of how much they can spend throughout the year. Now, most of the time, upgrades work brilliantly, except for whatever Aston Martin has been putting into their cars halfway throughout 2023. When it comes to their drivers, one of them is a 75-year-old rookie who makes TikToks every day but still keeps up with the competition. And their other driver is so consistently garbage that another team even roasted him in an interview.
Dominating. All right, one more. This is like Alonso and Stroll. Are you having fun with this? You all right with this, guys?
So who should I support?
Looking at enough of both of you, you let the team down.
Haas, Sauber, and the RB Formula 1 team. Now these three are just there, It's really sad. They don't stand out. They're essentially the back markers, and when it comes to their drivers, one driver is allergic to finishing in the podiums, another got his wife pregnant after getting pole position, this one is the type to get friend-zoned, the other guy is a Finnish Australian who posts pics of his butt online, another dude is planning to open a restaurant but never does it despite having millions of dollars, and the final driver is a high-performance athlete.
I'm a high-performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat.
What? Bro, what?
Now,
well, F1 is literally
the start of the video, and until now, I've been saying.
Yo, if you made it this far, bro, who should I support, bro? Because like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like maybe I have to look into it. Well, not even maybe. I have to look into it myself because what I just heard was literally, I ain't gonna say absolutely nothing, but kind of.
F1 is literally the pinnacle of motorsports, apart from the Cars movie, of course. But what makes F1 so good? Well, it's the crashes and accidents, which usually go like this.
Ooh. Super soft rubber on. Now ready to attack. Wait, what's the problem? There's a wheel in the...
So crashes and accidents in F1 are not just entertaining, but they can cause the track to be dangerous. And this results in flags being waved during a session. One of them is the yellow flag, single ones which are usually waved when a car goes off track, or a minor incident happens, while double yellow flags are for hazardous things. Next up is the red flag, which are for major incidents, like Joe Guan Yu getting his car turned into a fidget spinner,
gosh.
Leclerc crashing in Monaco for like the 50th time, and Sergio Perez in literally every race in 2023. Now there's also other flags like the blue flag, which warns slower cars that a faster one is approaching them. There's the black flag for a penalty warning or a disqualification. Green flag, which means that the race is on again. And finally the checkered flag, where drivers decide the winner through a chess game after the race. That was a joke, in case you guys couldn't tell. Another amazing part of F1 are the team radios, which my boy Fernando Alonso here is known for some iconic ones like these.
Mate, I have no brakes, no tires. We are out of the points. I mean, we try to do whatever, but I don't care too much.
Don't forget that there's also Kimi Räikkönen, who talks more on the radio than he does anywhere else.
Quite famous by you two.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey! Hey! Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me.
How they ain't got it?
There's also rivalries like Charles and Max throughout the start of the 2022 season until Ferrari completely destroyed Charles's mental health. There's also the iconic 2021 season, which also had a rivalry between Max and Lewis, where these two were so attracted to each other in the race that the FIA almost gave them a penalty for public display of affection.
Okay, rules.
Alright, so next up are the rules, which are made
Track
by the
limits
FIA, who
explained.
decide on who gets punished when they break the rules. And well, they are known for some pretty controversial decisions, which really just explains the forever and insufferable pain in the ass. But anyways, here's me speedrunning some of the most important rules in F1. So track limits: if 4 wheels of your car gets off the white lines of a track, they blow you up. If you're speeding in the pit lane, you're going too fast, they blow you up. Overtaking rules: you kiss another car, they blow you up. And lastly, the final and most important rule: if you're Romain Grosjean, you actually blow up.
Okay, let's go and get them.
Yeah. I have it. I have it printed out.
Alright, so the next aspect of Formula One are its team principals. Now these guys are pretty much the leader of their teams and are the people who are guiding them to victory. Now the team principal of Mercedes, Toto Wolff, is known for printing things out, and he's pretty much a mafia boss turned into Pookie Bear in recent seasons.
Die funktionieren im Moment nicht. That's harassment.
Next up is Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull. He got unbelievably roasted by Martin Brundle.
Shame you're too old to have driven here, really.
I am too old, it's crazy.
Here, but you would have liked it. Yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula One. Yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula One.
Oh, that's crazy.
And there's also the team principal of Aston Martin, Mike Crack. I'm not gonna say anything about his name. Next up is James Vowles.
Wait, his name is Mike Crack?
Gives severe nightmares to Valtteri.
I thought you were about to crack a joke.
Really doing this?
Valtteri, it's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt for the end of the lap.
Next is Andrea Stella, the team principal for McLaren. I honestly didn't even know this guy was team principal. Like, I still think it's Pookie Bear Zach Brown, because like he's just 10 times more entertaining despite him being cringy in some certain moments.
Abbiamo fatto noi.
Now it's your turn to take care of like we did.
Arrivederci. Finally, it's gonna be Günther Steiner. Now, I know he was replaced recently, but piss off, you know, he's still in my heart. Anyway, Günther is the type of guy to swear 9 times in a sentence with only 5 words in it.
He does not smash my door. Tell him that. If he doesn't want to come back, he better tells me now.
Yo, no, it's the accents that's actually funny though.
So that is Formula One and the best explanation that I can come up
I
for.
feel like
it's obviously, you know, the
I feel like
most accurate explanation of.
I feel like I need to look at another video, but
the sport,
at the same time,
have probably missed a couple of things
get what he's saying.
This video, so if I did miss out on anything, be sure to let me know. But what I do know though is that even if I might have fumbled, I didn't fumble as hard as Lance Stroll did in 2023. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, because I'm like, half of the jokes I kind of didn't really get because I don't even know who some of the drivers are. But listen, if you could point me to another video, or I'm gonna have to look for myself, please jot it down in the comment section. And if you made it this far, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to all so you never miss a single upload. But without further ado, man, I hope y'all boys have a good day or a great night wherever you're watching this from right now. And we'll see y'all in the next YouTube video.